Hi, my name's Todd Byrne. I played in the outside backs for the Roosters, Warriors and Hull FC. I started when I was in nappy grade for a team called Southeastern, which was based out at Malabar in southeast Sydney there. I always knew I was quick. It was one of those things. In football, it's always, when you're that age, it's like pass to the big kid or the fast kid. So I was always the fast kid. I was playing with the Wombats and I think one of the South coaches had come down and looked at me and told Chimes to come back when I'm 10 kilos heavier. And Chimes just rang me one day and said, "Oh mate, you start with the Roosters on Saturday." And I was like, "Oh, but I don't really want to play for the Roosters, I want to play for South." And he goes, "Well, they're going to get kicked out of the comp and you either do it or you don't get another shot." So I was like, fair enough, I'll just go with it. The way that the Roosters were growing as a club was a real good environment. As I said, all the kids they brought down from Queensland, like Redcliffe, the Flannery and Crocker, were guys that were going to go on to bigger things. So it was really good to come through with them with their skills and enthusiasm and to be part of that sort of social group. I always excelled when I felt like the coach had faith in me. And Ricky Stewart would take me aside and say, "Skinny, you're on the wing this week, you're playing Gidley and Tahu and whoever you're up against. I don't care what happens, all I want you to do is make a decision and I trust what you do," and all this and that. It was just the biggest confidence booster for a skinny little kid. I was only 70, I think I debuted at 76 kilos and I was probably 80 by the next year. And for him to say, "I trust your defence," and that, it was just a massive confidence boost. Very, very intense and very, very passionate, extremely detailed and extremely focused on fitness and toughness. That training and that mental toughness that we had, you've seen that's how we won the comp basically. What Sticky always told us and what's very, very true is that when you win a grand final, the next year everyone lifts the players, so you don't get an easy game. Penrith were a feel-good story. They were a bit of a ragtag bunch that played very ad-lib football and they were great at scrambling.
Boone puts on a fin, then he puts on a sprint. Sattler is chasing. Sattler has made the tackle of the night.
I can never get sick of people talking about it because it's obviously it's an iconic moment in rugby league, and Sydney especially is a rugby league town. So no, I don't get sick of talking about it. It is what it is, but not to say I like it. It's a pain in the ass, but it's just I think it's a human nature thing that people love to remember your failures and not your victories. Take nothing away from Sats's tackle in the wet, a cover tackle, grand final. It's an amazing sort of effort and moment. It happened, and if it was wet and I stumbled, and if I didn't stumble, I think I probably would have got home. But I'm never ever going to matter how much I think about it. It's never going to change. So. I'd just been put back to reserve grade, and my manager had gone to the Dally M's, and Tony Kemp, who was going to become the coach of the Warriors, was there and had said to him, "What about Skinny? We're interested." And he got to me, and it happened really quickly. And within, like a week, I'd signed. I'd loved the New Zealand culture and loved learning about the Maori culture and the New Zealand way of life. And it was like a smaller, friendlier Sydney. And so I really enjoyed my time and the mates I met there. And I just thought, let's go to England and try it out. Did my knee, and then like a few days later, the CEO was like, "Okay, the import quota was going from like 8 to 6. So they're like, well, we're not going to sign you again. You've done your knee, and we've got to reduce our quota anyway." So I came back like 2009. I read a book in 2012 about computer hacking, and there was a story about the FBI. And the guy had mentioned that the dark web would use things, this thing called Bitcoin, to pay for things because it's anonymous and you can't confiscate it and all this kind of stuff. It was like $20, and I was like, I'm going to buy some of that. And then by the time I registered and signed up for this thing and sent money and did all this thing, it got up to like $80. So I bought a little bit of it, got out at the right time, and but I'm constantly learning about human psychology, which is basically what trading is. I work, as I say, out basically on the wharves in the oil and gas field out there. So I do that during the day, and then at night time I'm doing the trading full time. So I'm terrible at math. I'm not really good at finance. I'm not what you would expect a stock market person to be, but everything is about humans in the marketplace. So that's basically what we trade. I'm most proud that I had the mental sort of toughness to actually get into grade, because having 5 years off and being really small and skinny, and everyone telling me would never be able to make it in football. Even coming back to park football, everyone laughed, and to get into first grade and to play for the best team in the comp at the time, and to play over 100 games, that's what I'm most proud of, is that I hung in there and did it.